Well, hello and welcome to the most generic podcast on the internet. My name is Josh Hawks. I am the 303 Ninja. And right over there, she is back from her PTO. It is the beautiful Miss Savanna.
Hello! I missed that music!
Isn't it great? Even further over there, he is my podcasting partner for life and back from his PTO. It's Mr. Francis Fernandez.
Act 1, we'll be talking about Savanna's radio and television career. Act 2,
we were protecting kayfabe while she was gone.
I didn't have to do that.
Yep.
Well, we just said we actually
ran
did
away with a
mafia.
mafia.
Okay. Alright, that's fair. I mean, basically, yeah. A dog mafia. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the
A dogs.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's her dogs.
They're running around here somewhere. Yeah, no, I was just, right before we started, I was telling you guys about how that I didn't go rusty from this because I did a bunch of TV and radio spots for the event that I was getting ready for. So we did a silent auction with the rescue that I work with, and we raised $67,000.
What?
Where's the applause button?
Standby, vamp. you sprung it on me, man. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for it. Applause. Yes, there it is.
It's a big deal for me because it's the first year that I was in charge of the whole thing. So that's why I went on hiatus. I was very stressed out. I'm still kind of coming down from that adrenaline high of like just, being on edge constantly. But
Sure.
I'm back.
Yeah,
You're back.
Number of when 24 packs of mango cart and melon cart.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. I actually didn't drink very much during most of that. I had one very bad night where I drank wine, and then I drank beer, and then I took shots. And it was a Tuesday night, and I think I've had maybe 2 beers since then. So
Well,
Stay hydrated.
get crazy.
yes. Well, we're glad to have you back. It's been a long 2 months without you. Even in real life, we barely even have spoken. So,
What is you?
well, yes, we've kept up, but I'm saying, it wasn't like we chatted, we text every week, and what are you doing? What's going on?
We could change that.
We can. I don't know why we don't. And
Josh,
I'm sorry.
Did you do any there? I was like, where's the Twitter? Oh, it still has Nicky Rap on there. That's why.
Shit. Speaking of Nikki Rap, thank you once again to Nikki since she's now being alerted to this is happening right now. If you have to join,
Like I'm live.
Yeah, I'm live right now. Shit. Thank you for joining me for the impromptu guest spot you had last week. You did great. It was fun as hell, and you're foolish for being nervous. But Francis, you were also on PTO. And everybody has an echo.
No.
That's just wonderful. Let's
Remember the good old days of echoing?
yes.
I remember.
Don't do that. That just makes things worse. How about now?
I don't remember as the word to try to echo, and that is a terrible word to try to echo.
I know.
I feel like
I've made I've made an adjustment. So please let us know. What?
I feel like we have a new executive producer, and her name is Ginger.
I think so. I think so.
She's on top of things, yo.
Francis, you were also on PTO. I don't know what you want to divulge out of your PTO.
Thank you, Ginger. No, I spent time with the girlfriend who was visiting for a while, which is funny because, I don't know. I don't really talk about my life in general for the most part, like what's going on in general. Well, yeah, it was announced on SGU, and I didn't even. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess if you're gonna tell everyone, I guess you may as well tell everyone that's going on. So, like, all right, I'll keep talking. But yeah, we went to we were very busy. My feet barely survived.
You guys go to Disney again?
Went to Universal.
Oh.
Well, we didn't go to. Haven't gone to Disney. We went to downtown Disney the last time she was here. So we went to Universal. Then we went through all of LA because she wanted to see the Hollywood sign and a couple other things.
Oh.
We went to a concert on Saturday. So that was Friday. Friday was Universal. A concert on Saturday. San Diego on Sunday. Disneyland on Monday.
Wow.
The 10 fish. The 10 fish was on Friday as well.
I showed you the picture of the 10 fish. Well, on Sunday, yeah, we went to San Diego on Sunday. And I took a picture of the 10 fish per Josh's request because we had to stop by. The guy was not there. Oh. Our dude, our boy who needed the help.
Your boy.
Was sadly not there to say hello to, but it was San Diego, very different places. San Diego is a very different place to LA County. That's for sure. They are wild and free and all whores. Boy, do they dress!
God bless them, everyone.
I was gonna say, I thought Beverly Hills and like LA, they kind of dress kind of scantily clad, but no, San Diego beat us a lot.
Is it hotter there? I don't know geography.
It's not. That's the funny thing. It's not that it's hotter. I think it's more of a college town, I guess, than LA is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
LA has the two college towns, UCLA and USC, but as a whole, LA isn't. While San Diego, I think, as a whole, especially the Gaslamp District, which, if you ever watch videos, just watch a tour of that Gaslamp District after dark, and you will just see boobs everywhere.
Nice. Just New Orleans. Just
kind of New Orleans,
the West Coast.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Very
did you guys do anything for Halloween?
I did actually.
What'd you do?
So also while you've been gone, Savannah, there's been some pretty girl that's been wanting to spend time with me.
Oh yeah.
So her plans kind of fell through for the Halloweens.
Wait, they didn't include you in the first place?
No, because it was I mean not fully. That there was plans that fell through, and I was like, well, I mean, you're dressed up, you might as well go somewhere. So why don't we go get some dinner somewhere? Dressed up.
Wait, what was she dressed up as?
I'll put some Deadpool stuff on, and we'll go scare a restaurant someplace.
Okay.
What was she dressed as?
The best way to explain it was a sexy plague doctor.
Okay.
It worked.
All right.
It worked.
Well, wait a minute. Isn't every like under 40 person who goes out in costume sexy, fill in the blank?
Yeah.
Sexy Smurf.
I mean,
Sexy.
I don't consider myself a sexy Deadpool by any means.
Well, women, I guess.
Women is what
okay.
I meant, yeah.
Well, then,
Did I ever tell you my most favorite costume was the sexy pickle? Yeah, we talked about this.
I think you did.
Yeah.
I think we talked about this last year.
Yeah.
I mean, sexy pickle.
I didn't do anything for Halloween because I was not having a good time. But Saturday I was at a wedding. I was actually with Michelle.
Wow.
And so it was a mutual friend of ours.
Michelle?
So we both went.
Michelle and John?
John, yep.
They finally got married, huh?
It wasn't their wedding.
Oh, they were there.
But they
as well.
did get married. I performed the ceremony.
Okay, yeah. I thought. Okay.
Oh,
I was like, I thought you did. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. No, we went to a mutual friend's wedding. I just went with them.
Oh, wow.
I just third wheeled with them. But it was a black tie masquerade. So.
Oh, yeah.
And I got exactly 0 pictures, so
well,
can't even show off. But it's.
I bet you were in some though.
What's that?
You were in some pictures though, probably.
I don't know. I there's the one that you saw me tagged in, I'm sure, but I wasn't wearing a mask or anything. We were trying to leave, but that was, so.
Let me go home. No picture.
I was so cold. I don't know why, but
Okay,
yeah. So that was it was. I wasn't in a. I shouldn't have been at a wedding, essentially, from where my mindset was. But I was there. Michelle and John are really great friends, and they took care of me. So
you were support.
And it was a pasta bar, right? So I was like, oh, this will be easy. I'm sure they'll just be like plain noodles, and you can put there's nothing vegan except for the Caesar salad because you had to make it yourself, So it was literally, I could have like romaine lettuce if I wanted to. So John, the best guy in the whole world, went and got me some Taco Bell. So I ate Taco Bell at this very fancy venue wearing black tie.
Well, as someone who now must regularly eat a Taco Bell because that is my girlfriend's favorite place to eat in the United States.
Good on you, Martha.
Yeah, Martha is. Yeah, she's. Again, the question always comes like, "You're Mexican. Why do you go to Taco Bell? That's not real Mexican food." In which her reply is, because it's good. I'm like, all right.
So
don't argue.
So we have sorry, I'll tell this story in a second. What did you do for Halloween, Francis?
I got groceries and did chores.
Did you do it in costume?
No, but everyone else was. And I was like, there's a surprisingly large number of people who are my age in costume by themselves at a grocery store. at 6 o'clock at night. Like, I don't understand why you guys are dressed up at a grocery store.
They're going to a party. You gotta get the mixers.
So. Yeah, I guess so. But
well,
I didn't do anything.
Well, there are some people that are watching. So if you guys that are watching did anything for Halloween, chime in, let us know. And if you haven't already, you know what to do. You should be subscribing because we're on the road to 2,000.
Smash that button.
Yes. The horn is going. Francis missed his hands up thing to raise the roof. It's too late now. It's gone. But yes, we are on the road.
Because I can't hear it anymore.
I know.
Can't hear the sound.
But do that. Make sure you subscribe as well because we got a thing for that. So you can hear Francis and Savanna make laughter in the background as they are doing right now as I talk over them. But subscribe because you should.
Sorry.
It's funny because
I have it on my phone, so I had to get real close to it to see what it was.
Well, the soundbite actually is a soundbite I took of you and Francis just dying laughing from something, and it's great.
Literally anything that we talk about.
Skater Girl Zombie, she went dressed as the Winter Soldier and her daughter as Captain America. I saw the pictures. You guys looked awesome, actually. It was great.
I had a friend of mine who was actually like really shocked that no one came by to get candy in his neighborhood. I was out. I was out. I was getting candy. I'm like, yeah, well, there's a reason for it. There's a reason I know I was getting candy. But yeah, he was mildly disappointed because he had all this candy.
I don't give out candy just because of the dogs, and I don't really have like, a good secure way. Like so. And I don't want to encourage kids being on my block anyway because of my neighbor.
I was going to say that.
So I just keep my lights off, and for the last couple of years it's been okay. I remember like the second or third year I was here. I was super sick. All the lights were off, all the curtains drawn, like everything. And I had like 6 dogs at the house, but I had like food poisoning or something like that. And there was just kids knocking all night, and like there was no lights on. Like it was just, it was awful. And 6 dogs going bonkers. I'm just trying to sleep. And
Savannah, so Ginger said it is very nice. Okay, awesome.
I have a terrible laugh, but thank you.
Oh shush.
But yeah.
Something else that happened on Halloween that I am happy I can sit here and talk about. I didn't get arrested on Halloween, and I will tell you why now. And I'll get into.
I like that this
Congratulations.
Yes, because after I tell you, it is is either I got away with one, or it was white privilege, or it was both. But I'm burying the lead. So there was an event. We will get into that event. It was FanX Denver.
On Sunday?
On Sunday. It was taking place on Halloween. I thought about this all fucking weekend. I said, I have one chance to do this. There's going to be
I know what you...
There's going to be cops at the convention in uniform. I walked up to a group of cops. I went, you guys have fucking great costumes. Look at I didn't touch them at this point. I said, look at the detail you guys put into these costumes. It is amazing. And I looked at the one that looked to be the nicest of the three. And I reached out and I flicked his badge on his chest.
Man.
And went, wow, real metal. I did not wait for a reaction. As soon as real metal was out of my mouth, I exited stage right and did not turn back and look.
You know, Francis, had you done that, you'd probably still be in jail.
Maybe.
As I said, I don't know if that was white privilege or I just found a really nice cop, but either way, I definitely got away with one.
I've always wanted to flick a cop's badge, man.
It was quite satisfying.
But you were riding that high forever.
I don't understand the obsession of flicking a badge.
It just happened. That
what's
part
so great
was
about it?
What?
No, it's just like a big insult. Just like nice fucking badge. Like,
I mean, you're not supposed to touch an officer, and
you did it.
By touching their badge, you are by extension touching them. It would be like reaching for their fucking gun. The fact that my hand made it up to their chest and nobody moved, is amazing.
Yeah, no. If you were any shade darker, I would say you'd probably be dead. And that I jest, but it's not really a joke. So
it's just
maybe in Denver it's a little bit different, but
maybe. But all I know is that the flicking that was not on the agenda. That was not planned. That was just like, I'm getting away with a lot right now. Let's just see what else I can do.
What did you get away with otherwise, though?
I mean, like just making fun of them basically in front of their faces. And
I thought you meant like you did other things.
No. I mean, like I just thought I was already pushing it.
Also took their gun and just fired wildly into the air.
Yeah. I
just think they were just like dumbfounded or just like, I don't know. Like I said, I didn't turn to see if they smiled or anything. I just got the fuck out of there.
I don't know. Would they find it funny?
Probably not.
Is that something that they would find?
I bet if you had looked back, like.
Oh, if I had looked back, they probably would have told me to stop.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. I don't know. That's such a weird thing. I just don't get it.
I don't know.
I just don't understand the fascination.
I don't know what got over me. It just fucking happened. It just.
I mean, it's all good. I just don't. I guess I just don't get it. But that's cool. I'm glad you got to flick a.
Yeah. And I thought about humping one of the police cars outside too, but there's a lot of people.
Well,
there's a lot of people that could have pointed the finger, So yeah.
Why would they point the finger?
I'm just saying.
Look at the guy humping the car. It's like, he doesn't think for cars.
You never know. It could happen.
Or cops.
Wait a minute. What kind of car does your Denver PD use?
Depends on what division, I believe.
Because we have Chargers now for some. Well, no, our CHP has Chargers now.
We have a lot of Chargers. There's a few Taurus.
Anyone got a Mustang?
Highway Patrol has a Mustang.
Nice.
They believe they have a fucking Camaro. There's a bunch of Ford Interceptors. What are those? The
Crown
Explorer?
Vic?
The Explorer. The Explorer.
The Explorer, yeah.
We just have the Crown Vic around here.
The FPIU, Ford Police Interceptor Utility.
Man, I missed that. I missed the Crown Vics.
Yeah, we have Ford Explorers.
Yeah. They're getting sneaky. I saw one that was camouflaged quite well.
Yeah, I was behind it was like dark blue. It wasn't even black because they're all black around here, but it was like dark blue, and I was just like, "Is that is?" Because you can get a ticket for texting even just like at a stoplight.
Well, sure. I mean, it's funny you bring this up because of how many almost accidents that almost happen every day around here. But I mean, when you're in the car, you have one responsibility and one thing to do while you're in the car: drive. That's the only thing you should be doing. Is driving.
I mean, technically, you shouldn't be listening to music. You shouldn't be, talking to anybody. Yeah. I mean, because all of those are considered distractions, and they have like percentages of how badly you drive if you're like listening to music or talking to anybody or anything like that. Yeah, so you should technically have zero distractions when you're driving.
Which only psychopaths drive in complete silence.
Have you ever driven in complete silence?
Oh yeah, every day.
Oh, you don't listen to anything?
What kind of psychopath are you?
It just depends. Well, my workplace is fairly rambunctious and not loud, but it is louder than I prefer.
Just nice to get some peace and quiet.
Yes, it is nice to get peace and quiet. Because the car is a great place to do it, unless you drive like a monster truck and you got big old mudder tires, and that's all.
I do drive a monster truck. I do.
Oh, well, then all you get to hear is the tires rolling down the road.
There's a glass pack on it too for some reason. It's just
Well, for that extra 5 horsepower that a glass pack gives you, all that noise for very little return.
For 5 miles to the gallon, yeah.
So yeah, as I stated before, FanX Denver was this past weekend.
How did it go?
It was good. It was their they called it a special edition.
I was gonna say this was their like soft open type of.
That is exactly how I was going to describe it. Is a soft opening. It was a 75% size. From what I heard, I don't have any solid facts, but I heard 25,000 in pre-sales.
Dang.
I was there on Saturday at 2:00, which is typically the busiest of the 3 days. Mm-hmm. And I was able to walk around not only the entire floor, but also the food court without any problem whatsoever.
Wow.
I did not try to buy any food because there was like 5 vendors and every line was about an hour long.
Oof.
And the only place that didn't have a line was the hot nuts, popcorn, cotton candy. And
is it really called hot nuts?
I don't know. That's what they had though. Oh. Like roasted, they were like roasted nuts all day.
Hot nuts.
Hot nuts. I wish that's what it was.
Put them in your mouth.
Oh, man, that's a lot of nuts.
Put 2 at a time. But no, it was a great time. It was great. It was just great to be back amongst friends. Some of those friends that's all they do is travel to these shows, or because of where they live in the state, I only see them at the show. So it's great because you haven't seen them in 2 years. Lots of fist bumps, a handful of hugs, a lot less than in the past for sure. People are still a little weary. But there was a mask mandate at the show, which was great to see. I'm glad that the FanX implemented that. As far as policing it though, that was another thing. Yeah. Both attendees and mostly vendors, traveling vendors, maskless. They did have, the bar area, so people, walked around with a beer, or they had a, soda or something, or water. So, I mean, people were taking sips of this and that. But if they were, some people were constantly going back to the bar to grab another beer so they can walk around without a mask on. So just, you know the technique.
Yep.
But again, how do you police that? You know, you can't say you're not allowed to take a drink.
Right.
You know,
Well,
We had one person at our event that we just made everybody wear masks, and it was just, you know, if you wanted to come in and socialize, like we had a separate area that we had a bar in, and like desserts and stuff, and masks were optional over there, but in the actual like auction area we had masks. And one guy, and like there's people at the door like making sure that if you didn't have one, that you, like, we had them to give out. And he apparently had taken one, because I went to the girl at the door and I was like, hey, are you making sure? They're like, yeah, he took one. They, you know, said, oh, we have to wear masks, huh? Like, made a big deal about it. So I just went up to the guy and was like, hey, we're just asking that everybody wears a mask. He's like, oh, I'll just leave then. And I'm like, okay, bye.
right. It's funny that you bring that up, because when you get past the security checkpoint, somebody did ask somebody in front of me, hey, do you have a mask? And they were, you know, I'm looking for it. I know I don't have one at all. I'm looking for it. No, I don't have one. And the guy went, oh, well, that's not a problem, because we're handing them out inside.
Yep.
I saw the same person about half hour later and didn't have, no, they didn't have it on. They're in cosplay. It would have ruined their cosplay. It didn't match their costume.
Well, okay.
It was a...
They were in cosplay, really?
Yes, it was a, I believe anyway, a self-made Star Wars character that had some sort of neck and hood thing going on, where like the neck thing would be designed to cover the face, but not tightly, just kind of loosely.
Still, it's better than nothing.
I suppose better than nothing, sure. But you know what? My reason for bringing the whole thing up is mostly for the vendors.
Yeah.
You know, those guys travel from show to show to show. A lot of those guys, like the T-shirt tower. You know, that thing travels from, it's like a Ferris wheel. It just goes from city to city. That was a little disappointing. But as far as the layout went, they kind of flipped and rotated the entire event. But now more on the backside of the convention center, which I believe there's construction going on the front side, so that kind of makes sense. But you walk through the vendors first, which I think is cool, because at least it gives them a chance to make sales. And then you get into the meat of the Comic-Con. Nice focus on actual comics and artists and writers. Then, you know, like, you know, your normal author book type of area, like sci-fi or what have you type of books, novels, I guess. And then the celebrity area, of course, which was a wide range of people. It was really cool. Pinky and the Brain were definitely the biggest draw that I saw. Rob Paulson.
The voice actors?
Yeah, Rob Paulson and Maurice. Maurice La something. Francis is looking. But oh, well, he is now. Speaking of which, I went to their panel. You know, you guys know me. I'm not really a panel guy. LaMarche, that's right. Maurice LaMarche.
Duh, of course.
So I happened to look right about the time that it was an Animaniacs, basically, Animaniacs panel. It just happened to be starting, and it was starting about 25 feet from where I was standing.
Nice.
I was like, well, that's perfect, because if I had to walk across the show, I wouldn't have gone to this. Just because by the time I got to it, it would have been full. So I got in, I got a nice seat. They talked for pretty much the entire hour. As an aside, the moderator, horrible.
Oh no, why?
Tried not necessarily tried to upstage his guess of honor, but once the ball started rolling, there's really no need to try and be a comedian. There were two comedians. There were two comedians on stage, commanding the attention and the laughter of everybody. There didn't need to be a third guy. Just saying.
No, I get you.
What was kind of funny during the show though, because Rob Paulsen is the more known of the two as far as the name draw, I would say to the normal person out there. Everybody's going up to ask questions. This question is for Rob. Hey, I've got a question for Rob. And Maurice had made a couple comments here and there about, how this is typically how it goes. And somebody in the crowd said, one day you're going to make your memoirs, your autobiography. It's going to be entitled, "This question is for Rob Paulsen, a memoir," by Maurice LaMarche. Which I popped hard for that. That was really funny.
That's funny.
And they just talked about mostly just the love and admiration of being able to do what they do. Season 2 of Animaniacs is coming up, I believe, in a week or something like that. As of recording, that's something that they did. It ended 25 years ago. They loved it. They said that they were both so incredibly sad when they walked in one day and they said, "All right, this is the last episode that we're recording for this show."
Wow.
And like Maurice's credits are vast. That man works. He has done everything.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing with voice actors, right? Like, there's a small family / community of voice actors. And so it's always going to be like that. They'll get a ton of amazing credits. Right. And look, they deserve it too, because they're really good at what they do. But, oh man.
But again, and Rob Paulsen, I mean, his credits are incredibly vast as well. It's really cool to have both Donatello and Raphael from different generations on the same stage at the same time.
Which different generations?
He was originally Donatello,
and
now he's Raphael.
Oh,
or
the
it's
new
backwards,
Nickelodeon one,
or it's backwards. Yeah, either way,
it's for the new Nickelodeon show. Right?
Yeah, one is for, one's the other. Whatever. My English stopped working there.
One is a thing, and the other is also a thing.
Yeah, yes. But it was really cool just to see how much they really care. It really seems to seem that they care for their fans and just their ability to give back the little that they can by doing this.
It's a fan expo, so
it's not just a clever name.
Right. Yeah. But they're both very playful with each other and very open about. Nobody had to try and make a monkey dance because the monkeys were dancing because they liked to dance. That makes sense.
No, that makes sense. Like they're doing their bit and they're doing their stuff because it's something that they love to do, not because they're paid to do it. They're doing it because it's the art that they enjoy doing. And plus, I just as a quick aside, because as this goes as an audio podcast, I'm amazed how dogs are just genuinely designed to be adorable. And it's weird. It's just really weird.
Hear him he's like,
yeah.
That's because my headphones and my microphone tied to each other are very sensitive, so I don't know what you guys can and can't hear. But he's just like, he doesn't have any teeth, so he's on.
That's why
I'm waiting for him to scream.
Oh God!
Can you hear him? He's like half whining. I don't know if you can hear it, but
no.
I can't. Sorry, go on.
But it was just really cool, because you guys know me. Like I said, I don't really do panels. I if I'm there and I'm working, quote unquote, working at a show, I feel like I always got to be moving, always got to be doing something, even though Francis has seen me more than enough times walk the floor of San Diego Comic-Con in big, gigantic fucking circles, being like, well, fuck, what do you want to do?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, we do that because we genuinely don't know what we want to do.
That is true. That is true.
It's just mostly because when we have too many choices, you get overwhelmed, and then you have zero choices because it's so hard to pick.
It is
the thing that you want to really, do you want to talk to this person? Do we want to go over here? What do we want to see? And it becomes just too much. And we're never, we're just never focused. We just never focus on anything. And maybe that's like the key. That's the secret.
I mean, that's probably
focusing.
That's probably the biggest issue, is not having, not having direction to begin with. Like,
we don't prepare. If we actually prepared before we went to these things, it'd be
everything would go wrong.
Well, yeah, that too. But at least we'd have an idea why and where it goes wrong.
Right.
It's like, okay, we know what to do on this day. We want to talk to these people, or we know what to do on this day. We want to go see this, or
right.
Whatever.
We're gonna go try and get into this press junket that we don't belong in.
All right, yeah, or at least get information, or talk to these people, or go to the Hall H, or whatever, and like just back and forth. We try to find something, right? But yeah, places like that, it's too big. When it's small, it's easier. You can focus. Like, okay,
for sure.
I'm going to a panel. I'm going to go talk to this, voice acting, things like that. Well, good. I'm glad you had a good time.
It was great. I did get a little bit of information about moderating. There was a conversation that I was having with someone who just got done doing. Was it Brian Cummings? Jim Cummings.
Jim Cummings is the voice of Winnie the Pooh.
Okay,
and
Brian Cummings.
And...
Brian Cummings is the voice of Dr. Mindbender.
Okay.
He lives out here in Denver, and he always hits all the Denver shows. And I was having a conversation with another moderator and media person, and the conversation came up about how this third person just got done doing Brian Cummings moderating, and we were like, "Hey, that's interesting. How did you get that gig?" Because me and this other person, we both, have been doing this since this show that we're standing inside of existed back in 2012, and we've never gotten that call.
And they're like, well, do you have 2,000 followers?
What did you do, to get that call, at least get the opportunity? And the guy was awesome. He completely sidestepped the question and then talked about himself for 15 minutes.
And then
all the moderating he had done, but didn't answer the question.
Because I'm too important and I don't want you stepping on my feet.
Yeah, I don't want you taking my gig from me.
Pretty much. I mean, just like the voice acting world, the moderating gigs are limited to like an X number of people. Mm-hmm. Same like 5-6 people you always see moderating panels at conventions. Right. Always, depending on the location. There's always those local guys that are like, it's me.
Right.
I've got access.
Right.
I talk to what's his face.
So it's funny because me and this other person were both like, yeah, it's really crazy that, we've done moderating at all of the smaller shows here in Denver, and we've both been media. We've both had tables, but we've just never gotten that call. Just, genuinely curious. What'd you do to get that phone call? And yeah, so I still have no information on how to be a moderator at FanX Denver, but,
I'm telling you, it's influence. I'm telling you, it's.
I'm sure that I have. I'm sure because
1 million followers.
The person in which we were talking to, protect kayfabe, is
Damn, I want us to look them up. See how many people they have.
Oh no,
followers.
We'll talk about them later. No.
Okay.
No, they're if we were to put this podcast name up to that podcast name, people would circle that show because it's more known.
Do they know themselves by 3 letters, primarily I, G, or N?
No, it's okay. Local. It's a local outlet.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think that I may have cracked the egg at least on getting into at least still being able to get into my local show as a media person, so I could do the pictures and do the interviews. There was an interview planned with our buddy Francis, our buddy Dan Connor of My Gal the Zombie. But you also know me that I have a rule that I will not take money away from somebody to talk to me for free.
Oh, I thought you said you don't interview anyone with a cowboy hat. Yes, no.
No, I will not. If
Both
somebody
make
is
sense.
busy, if somebody is busy all weekend and we have something planned, but they constantly have people at their table, I will not take money out of their hand so they can talk to me for free. I won't do that. So unfortunately, we did not. There was no time. Dan was super busy.
Have him on here.
That is very possible. There's also another opportunity very soon that I can talk to you about later.
I was gonna say, Savannah and I will take PTO again, and you guys can have a
I got a
fun
lot.
time.
I got a lot.
Yeah. Over the 10 years we've known each other, I'm sure you could take some PTO, both of you.
No, I just find it fun that, like, hey, it's it's just you and the other person.
It's funny. Last week I built another scene. So when it went from the static POI picture into this, instead of going into this 3-panel picture or the 2-panel as it had been for the last couple months, it was just going to go into a single panel of just me and how I was going to talk about how I'm all by myself. And
oh man!
Some
then I was
Celine
going
Dion.
to introduce Nikki and then hit a button and then there would magically be 2 panels and there'd be me and Nikki. But I programmed the wrong shit into my little macro box and it just went right into the show.
Box.
So yeah. I'm still
hopefully
learning.
Or maybe Eric Carmen. I don't know. Do you like the original version better?
This.
Oh, by myself.
Yeah, no. You need the
Don't
chest
wanna
hitting.
be.
You gotta get that chest hitting in there, and you gotta get those high notes.
Right. And then you get DMCA'd.
Well,
because you sound so
how much
good.
do you sound like Celine Dion is the question.
Well, not me. No. Although I did sing that one Whitney Houston song, a part of it anyway, to get free tickets to a concert one time.
What song?
The Bodyguard song, I think.
Oh.
I Will Always Love You.
Yeah.
The Dolly Parton.
It's originally a Dolly Parton song.
Okay, well, as it was given to me, it was sing that Whitney Houston song.
Written for Porter Wagner.
I saw something the other day with Dolly Parton. It was Dolly Parton. Some other lady should be in like a buddy cop type of movie.
She was in the biggest little whorehouse in Texas. So.
9 to 5.
Yeah,
she can.
I have no Dolly Parton trivia.
She has a theme park. Dollywood.
She also founded the Imagination Library, which is free books for kids, like from birth to like 5. I want to say, like free book every month. It's free.
But yeah, so FanX.
Love St. Dolly.
I don't know.
It was like
FanX did. I think they did a great job. It was great to see. On Sunday actually, I was walking around and noticed a long line of people, all in cosplay, and I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And I just happened to be standing at the FanX backdrop, and put 2 and 2 together. Went, there's a costume contest about to start, and I'm standing right next to the official photographer for the show. So this is perfect.
You did Fan Expo, and you spent time with the lady friend
this weekend.
That was a long day.
No, not on the same day.
Oh, you didn't. So you didn't go on Halloween then?
I went Halloween morning. Well, no, then I did see her later that night. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's the same day, Josh.
Yeah. Sorry, I got confused. It was a long weekend, man. I didn't go on Friday because I was just way too tired. There's no way I'm going to get up at 3:30 in the morning, work all day, and then come home for a little bit, and then go basically back to work for a few more hours.
Just need more cocaine, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, it's not the season yet.
It's just a bump.
Just a little something to get you through, Just a...
And that's where we had the Bang Energy commercial.
Sponsor us.
I've never had one, but you know what?
Sponsor us.
Yeah. How do we get cocaine to sponsor us?
Yeah.
Oh, the energy drink?
No,
just
actual. Just
get the Escobar. What's his name? Pablo Escobar to sponsor us.
How do we get the cartels to sponsor the show? Here's some blood money. Yeah, road to 50.
road to 50. Yes, with covered in blood diamonds.
Yeah, why not?
Can you hear him?
Why
I don't know if you can hear him or not.
I can hear that.
Yeah, now I can.
Yeah.
Totally.
It were next to me.
So I'm really excited to see what 100% of a Fan Expo show is going to look like. It's exciting. It's exciting to see a different company take it over.
Go to Toronto.
Well, I mean that would be great.
Oh. How does he eat?
Maybe that can be arranged.
I kid you not, he eats food that's like this big. Like he eats dance food. He just fucking swallows it whole or something. I don't know.
So what else? Anything else going on, you guys?
No,
I was just going to tell a funny anecdote about how we're hiring somebody at work, and we're now on our fourth offer to a candidate. It's been a train wreck, guys.
Fourth offer.
What?
Fourth offer.
Yeah.
You've offered it to 3 other people.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's been a mess.
Yeah.
And so finally, we our latest offer is to a guy in Texas. And during our staff meeting, we made a joke about how we should bring him to Taco Bell so he can get authentic Mexican food. You were talking about Taco Bell earlier.
Oh yeah.
But then we were like talking about all of the like Mexican restaurants that we have in town that are just really bland. We're in the Midwest, so like spice doesn't exist. Like ketchup is spicy to some people. So like,
oh, man.
Yeah,
I don't. Yeah. Well, I'm assuming there's not a large Mexican population in the Midwest.
No, there's not. We do have a couple like actually authentic Mexican restaurants, which are really good, and I can't eat at them because they are authentic. So they use lard and beef fat and everything.
Oh God, yeah, lard and everything.
Chicken stock and So
I went to a Mexican restaurant in Seattle with my parentals, and I'm pretty sure the guy behind the bar was possibly an Inuit.
Oh
wow.
But he looked at it and he's like, "Would you guys like a cerveza?"
So
hell yeah.
He's just enough ambiguously ethnic.
Yeah, I mean it was
Ethnically ambiguous. One of those. Just like Francis is.
Yeah.
You're some kind of brown, but we're not sure what.
No.
Well, I mean, most people they hear that voice, they're shocked to find out that Francis is Filipino.
Well, even then.
But you don't sound it. That's the thing, like.
Oh no! Yeah, I don't have an
ambiguous.
accent. I have one person did say I have hey, you have a Californian accent. I'm like, I don't sound like that. I don't have a Californian accent, dude.
Right. My Midwest comes out every so often. Anytime I hear recordings, I'm like, oh god.
Wow. I rarely or barely. I don't notice it if you ever dive into here.
It slips out. I can hear it, but it's like nails on a chalkboard for me. But when you want to go to the boat show,
yeah, no, it's I don't. Luckily, there's no Colorado accent though, is there?
People say that there is.
I think it's just like a toned down Californian.
I mean, with all the transports from California that have come here, it would not surprise me. I mean, I am myself one, so people say I say road weird, so
road.
Yeah.
What do you?
How are you supposed to say road?
What do you call the cover of a house?
What the fuck is a cover of a house?
That's what
You mean a roof?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the roof.
It's a roof.
Roof. It's a rough. It's I don't know any of the. Trying to think of other words. I can't think of any at the moment. But yeah, I guess so. We're pretty close. That's why we're only you're only 2 states away. But yeah, I was just curious. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't particularly think that there is one, but people that live in the South, don't think that they have an accent, and everybody else does.
Yeah. Well, I mean, y'all. That's all you need. That's all y'all need to know. Say y'all. That's it. That's not the. Oh, wait a minute.
Y'all has pretty much become just. Everyone says it now. I think.
Yeah, I think so
too. Yeah. It's now that we have a universal language, right? Now that everyone kind of, we have access to the internet, so everyone speaks the same now.
Yeah.
For the most part. Despite where you're from, you're gonna all hear the same words and voices and everything. Right. So everyone has that same accent.
Just depends on if you call soda or pop.
Yeah. Colorado's kind of 50-50 because, again, I think it's a transplant thing.
Yeah. What is it in California?
It's soda. Well, it's Coke.
No, that's a fucking South, a Georgia
that's a
thing.
South thing, yeah, big time.
Texas,
Atlanta.
No, we say so, but I guess we say soda. First time I heard pop, I was confused. Then I was working at the movie theater.
I hate it. I never call it that, and everyone's like, "What soda? What?"
Can I have some
I'm
of
an
your
East
fizzy
Coast
drink?
transport, so what?
Can I have some of your fizzy drink?
Yes,
your carbonated liquids.
Carbonated beverage.
Some kind of zesty beverage.
I don't mind something zesty right now.
It's like, you ever been fine and dandy at the same time?
I'm always fine, and I'm always dandy.
Well, I don't have a whole hell of a lot else. FanX took a lot of my attention last week. So did dressing up and getting a bunch of high fives from little kids at a restaurant.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wait, what
restaurant did you go to?
Oh, we just went to the Hop.
Oh, wow.
Is it the IHOP?
Yeah, had some late night dinner, late night breakfast.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, I heard Casa Bonita's opening up. Did they finally open, or are they just doing tours right now?
So Matt Parker and the other guy, or Trey, Matt
and Trey, yeah.
Yeah, Trey, those guys. South Park bought Casa Bonita.
Did they?
Yeah,
they did it. It officially went through. There's people that were still fighting it up until like the sign was like stapled to the door and shit. And it's a picture of Butters flipping them off like, we bought it, motherfuckers. No,
it still says temporarily closed on the Googles.
Yeah, they were giving walkthroughs at one point. Yeah. Because there was a group of people that, as far as I'm aware, they were all local people that were purchasing some of Casa Bonita's debt. Mostly, I believe they bought the debt of the Cliff Divers and the Mariachi Band. So they bought that debt and paid those guys off. I think they were the ones that were fighting it. Because they were like, hey, wait, this is our money that we sunk into this. And, everybody else was like, well, you chose to do that.
Yeah.
Nobody asked you to do that. But I'm excited. Delete that. I'm curious as to what they might do with it. I can definitely see them going a little heavy on the theme, the South Park theme.
Yeah.
I think Black Bart's castle is going to be 100 times cooler than it is now. if the food is even, I'll go
1% better,
25% better. If it's 25% better, it will be worth going to. If they change it to more of a sit-down restaurant instead of a prison line where food comes out of this fucking mysterious brick hole, and you just hope you get the right prison tray.
That was the decision, right? That was a weird choice for them to do. It's like, yeah, you know what we're gonna do? We'll surprise you.
Yeah, well, all your food's on fucking prison trays. No, it's on extremely hot nuclear hot plates. And if they, like I said, if they change it to a more traditional sit-down restaurant, I think maybe the food will still come out of a mysterious brick hole in a brick wall. But if I don't have to see that changes, changes things.
Sure.
So I don't know. I think it'll be. I hope it'll be a little better.
Well, good.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
Because I'll be there in 3 weeks.
Oh wow!
We'll be here in 3 weeks, and in the time that you were gone, I did not find my own place. So, might as well go back to eating fucking Snickers, because I guess that's not happening. So that will only make sense to people that have been paying attention since episode 102 or so. You had to have been keeping score to get that inside baseball. Francis is sitting there just dumbfounded, trying to figure out what the fuck we're talking about.
Well, because I was reading some Casa Bonita stuff. They just as of 3 or 4 hours ago, the Save Casa Bonita people withdrew their objection to the sale of the restaurant to South Park creators. So I guess there was a fan group that didn't want it to happen, and they're like, "Forget it, let them have it. They're gonna get it."
Nice.
So, and that was just again like 4 hours ago. Like it just happened today.
It's apropos, as you like to say.
Yeah, and also I've been trying to find a way to get some promotional stuff before we get out of here to promote the book that is coming out in 3 weeks.
Yes, do please.
We can finally talk about it because they revealed the. I'm gonna post the video. Actually, somebody was kind enough to do like this really cool.
Do you have a pic you can send me while
I can get you that pic. I'll get you something. I'll get you one right now.
Because if you get me that, then I can,
Yeah.
We can talk about it.
I just got to make sure it's the right one because there's we have a gigantic. Oh, here we go.
Whoa! What was that? What's going on over there?
What the hell was that?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it, she says.
So no, it's really cool. So I'm doing I was a part of a group effort to do a book series. I'm gonna send it here through the Skype chat. And I was kind enough to be asked to contribute my writing ability and skills, which I don't really have much of, having been reviewed by several actual accomplished writers. I'm not that great of a writer after all, but mind you, I haven't written in like a decade, so whatever. But I after some rewrites and some fixes, I have now a short story and a book called Dragons of a Different Tale. It's an anthology book with 16 other really good and competent writers who actually know what the hell they're doing. Thank goodness that you don't have to stick to my one story. There's like so many other stories there that you can read, all about different ways to look at dragons and different interpretations of what a dragon can be. My story was called A Friend Called Home, which is a dragon that becomes the home for a group of people who lose their home out in space. And it's a very...
Got it up on screen, finally.
And here's the funny thing is it's out on the 29th. So at the end of the month, you can purchase it wherever if you're interested, if you want to support it. It'd be super cool if you can.
We will.
Again,
You have to send me a link so I
Yeah.
can put it in the show notes.
Well, there's not a link yet. That's why.
When
that's
there's
why
a
we
link,
can't
you'll need to give it to me so I can put it in the show notes.
Yeah, for sure. I'll get you the link ASAP. But yeah, it's pretty cool that this thing was a project that I did. I'll probably do it again if they do something similar next year. Because it was all year. It took all year to do this. It took all year.
Yeah, I mean,
to
you've
make
been
this thing.
talking about this for a while. I mean, like,
Yeah.
behind the scenes, it's been something that you and I have been talking about for a while, about how nervous you were about doing it, and as you just stated, you and your low self-esteem of writing and being critiqued.
It was tough. It was tough because again, I'm writing with a bunch of people who that's their thing,
Right.
They either write for a living or they do it as a hobby. I don't. I did back in the day. I used to write a lot back in the day, but not so much recently. So to be able to have something that is now genuinely being published that I'm a part of is pretty cool.
Yeah. Proud of you. That's pretty awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited for this to come out and to hear all of the love or hate for the story that I wrote. So we'll see what happens.
Well, with all that being said, I have nothing else on this plate of notes that I didn't write at all.
Well, look, we hit the mark.
Yeah, we hit the things we needed to hit. That all being said, it is that time of the show where we shamelessly plug ourselves. It's been a while. Savanna, do you remember how to do this?
I don't.
Look, all I know is that her hair is longer.
It is. It's so long,
is.
you guys. Yeah, I'm on. I guess the only thing I have really is Twitter, and I haven't been on it in a long time. So at Master of Raptors, I guess.
And,
Some people don't actually have social media. You don't have to have it.
You don't.
I've after a couple of incidents, I'm feeling like I need to delete some of them, but we'll see.
Nothing bad about that. I think we all should disconnect at some point or another. I don't write anything other than the occasional movie review. So,
Well, where can people find that, Francis?
at AKA the other guy, where I watched Ron's Gone Wrong and Dune, which both really good. I had no idea Zach Galifianakis was the voice of the freaking robot in Ron's Gone Wrong. That's like really weird. I'm your best friend out of my box. That's what he says. Which is just weird.
Okay.
Well, you can find me at 303_ninja on the Twitters, 303ninja on the Instagram. You can follow us on here. Like I said before, you should be following and subscribed. Damn it.
Smash that subscribe button.
Yes. And then twerk the bell.
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess so.
You can call us. You can call into the show, text or voicemail 314-764-7631. It spells out POI Pod 1 because fuck Synergy. Email at thepoipodcast@gmail.com. And YouTube, Facebook is POI Podcast. Easy to find. Like and subscribe at all those things. I have nothing else. I hope everybody has a great night. Look at that. We got out of here with one song played. Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Is that a whole